Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Dental Lovers. Today we are doing the venous return of the face. So let's begin. Before starting the video, I just want to tell you some few points about the veins. These veins contain the deoxygenated blood, except the pulmonary vein which contain the oxygenated blood, which carries from the lung to the left ventricle, and via the aorta it is supplied to whole of your body. We call it distribute to whole of your body. Now these veins contain the valves. This is to prevent the backflow of your blood. So now coming to the main topic of today, that is the venous return of your face. First we will start from the anterior region. There is the presence of supraorbital vein and the supratrochlear vein. So these two veins drain the forehead region, this region, and they together forms a vein known as your angular vein just near the median angle of your eye. Then it got continued into the facial vein. Now this is a very important vein. Why is this important? This is the largest vein of your face which does not contain valves, right? It has a connection with the sinus present in your head, which is the cavernous sinus. So this cavernous sinus is present in a pair on either side of the body of sphenoid. Now via the deep facial vein, pterygoid plexus and the emissory vein, it is connected to this cavernous sinus. Coming to the superficial temporal vein. So this superficial temporal vein drains the temporal region, whereas the maxillary vein drains your maxillary region. They together forms a retromandibular vein. This is a very important vein. Now it further divides into the two divisions. One is the anterior division, one is the posterior division. The anterior division joins with the facial vein and forms the common facial vein here, which finally drains into your internal jugular vein, whereas the posterior vein joins with the posterior auricular vein and forms the external jugular vein. So this external jugular vein finally goes down and drains into the subclavian vein. This internal jugular vein carries the venous blood, which is finally draining from your whole of your face, from your brain and your neck region. So the subclavian vein contains the venous return from your neck region, from your axilla portion, upper limb, right? Then it finally goes down, forming the left brachiocephalic vein. Similarly, a right brachiocephalic vein from the right region, both joins to form your superior vena cava and finally drains into your right atrium of the heart. From the lower half of your body, the inferior vena cava carries a venous return to the right atrium of your heart. So this is your venous return. So the important facial veins are supraorbital vein, supratrochlear vein, angular vein, facial vein, then the superficial temporal vein, maxillary vein, retromandibular vein, the internal jugular vein, and the subclavian vein. Now, a very important point, the dangerous area of the face. We'll talk about the venous return. This is the most important point. The lower half of your nose and your upper lip and some part of your cheeks is considered as a dangerous area of face. Now, why we call it like this? Let's again go to the diagram here. So, I've already told you that this facial vein is the largest vein of your face which does not contain wax. So, if there is any infection in this dangerous area of your face, it leads to the infection moving towards the deep facial vein, then to the pterygoid plexus, then via the emissory veins, it goes to the cavernous sinus. This leads to the thrombosis in the cavernous sinus, which may lead to the paralysis of patients, even the death of the patients also.